prepared yet.
You need to try and pick off the units as look at the shields on the Martin.
Oh my god, the drone's gonna take
Hey guys, welcome back. This is HD.
And this is Pain User.
And we're both back. This is going to be game 2 between BratOK and Stall Life. And this is in IPL Season 2. This is past the qualifier rounds. This is round of 32. There's a lot of money on the line in this tournament.
$50,000.
Yes, indeed. Man, what would you do with $50,000?
Well, I'm not sure how the prize pool divvies up, but assuming first place,
Gets a good chunk of that.
I would probably...
Always good to hear your opinion. What would you buy?
Buy a new computer.
New computer?
Why not?
Every pro gamer needs a good computer. Anyways, this is going to be BratOK at the bottom right-hand corner. He has lost one game so far to, that is not Steak. Don't forget it. Well, he is Steak. He changed his name to Steak from Stall Life. We're going to continue calling him Stall Life, and Stall Life is currently up one game in this series.
Yep, we have Stall Life spawning as our green Terran in the top left-hand corner, and in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent, Roxkiss BratOK, and he is going to be playing versus Stall Life TVT on Crevasse. This is a huge map, probably the largest map in the StarCraft 2 pool right now, and
Really?
they are diagonal cross spawns, so this is going to be an epic long macro game here, unless one player is able to establish some kind of super early game lead with some cheese or maybe some cloaked banshees, possibly a quick drop, maybe a stim timing push. I mean, you never know. There's a few things that can happen in TVT, but in general, with these positions, it's going to be a long macro game. So buckle your seatbelts and get ready.
Yeah, fasten for a nice, hard, long drive through the mountains. Now, you brought up an interesting point that this is the largest map. I actually thought Tal Dareem was the largest map in the map pool.
I don't think so.
Is it debatable, or is
I
this
think
just like a
Crevasse
one-sided?
I think Crevasse is. It depends, I guess, on like which spawns you get and things like that. I think they're the same size as far as the
tile
actual
set.
Tile set.
Right.
Well, no, the tile sets are different, but as far as the dimensions, I'm pretty sure they're the same size. I don't know. I probably should check that out someday.
All right. Well, anyways, with the map dimensions aside, it looks like both players here are going to be scouting just around the center of the map. Note, there are 4 Xel'Naga towers on this map, and typically this is standard on big maps such as this one on Crevasse, and they are kind of covered by bushes, so you can kind of get a unit hidden in there and control the tower for some time, and look for that to be a key point in this game if it ends up going into a long macro war, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, controlling the Xel'Naga towers is always important in every matchup, but it's especially important in TVT because controlling the Xel'Naga towers allows you to essentially keep air supremacy without actually needing anything in the air. If you do have siege tanks sieged up near your Xel'Naga tower, obviously they have range. They have that extra +2. You don't need to spot from the air, so Xel'Naga towers making siege tanks so effective, and if you can set up an offensive or defensive position at either your own or your opponent's Xel'Naga tower, it's a very advantageous position to have. And we do have looks like relatively the same opening coming out of Stall Life here. Going to go for that really quick Banshee, and that worked out so well for him in the last game, although I think BratOK is going to be much more prepared for it this game. He saw it last game. He's probably going to assume that that's the way Stall Life likes to open. And, we do have Blue Flame and a Hellion coming out of both players, actually. Whoa. That's quite interesting. I thought Stall Life was going to switch the factory over to the starport, but no. Both players doing almost identical Blue Flame Hellion builds, and this map has such a wide main, and there's so many different access points around it. I feel like Blue Flame Hellions are not a bad idea from either player.
Yeah, the one difference, though, is Stall Life has opened up with a little bit earlier starport, and with that, he's actually going to get a dropship here, Payne. I think we're going to be seeing some dropship Blue Flame Hellions coming out of Stall Life, and probably the same exact thing coming out of BratOK. Yeah, these two players are going to do the same exact build. This is a highly aggressive Terran versus Terran opening. And hey, man, only one player can remain at the end of this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's highly aggressive, but it definitely has the chance to pay dividends, assuming you can sneak. Oh, and it looks like we have 2 squadrons of Marines just running right past each other in the middle of the map. and BratOK looks like he's gonna approach the tower. I don't know how he has sight of those Marines. They are in the grass. Maybe as soon as they all started firing, he got sight of them right there, and he is going to be able to clean up all of those Marines and hold on to that Xel'Naga tower and retain a little bit of map control and sight. And it looks like he's going to send his own medevac with 3 Blue Flame Hellions down to the south side of the map and try and sneak in there, but we do have a supply depot from BratOK ready to spot any kind of incoming drops, and BratOK is going to have to go all the way around here because he does not have control over either of the Xel'Naga towers.
Payne, it almost looks like we're watching identical builds from both these players. I mean, both of them had clumps of Marines moving at the same time. Now both of them have clumps of dropships, or not clumps of dropships, but a dropship moving at the same time, each with 3 Hellions apiece, and Stall Life here is going to get up into the side expansion with his Hellions, but there are Marines coming in through the front door. A Viking from BratOK here may be able to intercept the dropship, not in time as the Hellions are allowed to unload. Marines are still attacking the front door, and meanwhile, BratOK is dropping Hellions off inside of Stall Life's main.
Yeah, we do have Hellions in the mains of both players. Their SCV lines are getting absolutely decimated. One thing to note is that Stall Life did bring some units through the front. He has Marines inside of BratOK's base right now. BratOK does have a tank out, and he did manage to keep quite a few of his SCVs alive. Stall Life has lost every single SCV that he had, save the one lonely. Nope, he died as well. There we go. One just popped out of the command center. And the follow-up for Stall Life was a Cloaked Banshee. He also has a second command center in production right now. It is actually finished, so he is going to be able to recover a little bit quicker here, but how is he going to get these Hellions out of his main? He has no units back at the main.
He only has 120 minerals as well to produce more Marines, and that's really only maybe 2 or 3 more Marines depending on how quickly those 2 SCVs can mine. So you're right, these 3 Hellions, especially with the mobility provided by the dropship, they're going to be able to harass those remaining SCVs all day long. They're going to be able to kill BratOK not focusing the SCVs. What is he doing?
That tank, he just had to turn away for a second. There was a Banshee in his main. I'm sorry we missed that for a second. It is going to stay alive, and it will head into the mineral line and start to do some damage. BratOK does have missile turrets up, however, so this Banshee not going to be able to get into one of those key positions that it would like to get into. And it looks like the second Viking coming from the north, able to flank and take that out in 2 shots, so there are no more Banshees on the field, and currently our Harvester situation is 19-6 in BratOK's favor, and I cannot help but think that BratOK is going to win this game.
What a deficit right now, and you're absolutely right, Payne. BratOK right now, he may be behind by a command center, but he has so many more SCVs, and he's about to get his own command center up just momentarily, and as soon as he gets that up, he's going to be able to fortify his position in this game, and I would honestly just expect him to push right now. I mean, he's got more forces on the ground, he's got siege mode coming before Stall Life even has siege mode researching. This is so one-sided right now, and it's certainly going to take a bit of a miracle here for Stall Life to come back in this game.
Yeah, I mean, he's also going to be so much better prepared for anything that Stall Life can throw at him at this point. His army is just much larger. Supply differential 44-28 right now in BratOK's favor. BratOK also has those 2 Vikings going to be able to clean up any kind of Banshees, any medevacs, anything like that. And he's also going to be able to spot for those tanks almost indefinitely. And, ooh, it looks like he is going to try and get in there and take out the natural. No, he is going to actually head around, kill these rocks, and head straight into the main.
Looks like he just wants to make a shortcut right into the main of Stall Life there. I guess he just wants to press his advantage while he has it. Gonna land these 3 Vikings down. We were talking about before. They got those Gatling guns, man. They do pretty good damage to SCVs as well. I mean, everything does good damage to SCVs. What am I saying? They're workers. But BratOK here is going to break through these rocks, and as soon as this basically last natural barrier goes down, there is nothing in the way of victory for BratOK.
Yeah, I mean, BratOK just moving on in here, taking his time, establishing a position at the natural right now, sieging 1 tank on the low ground. I love that move by him. Going to go ahead and siege 2 tanks on the high ground here, and it's going to be very difficult for Stall Life to hold this off. I don't know that he even has siege mode yet. Stall Life immediately calling good game, and BratOK is able to tie the series up at 1-1.
Okay, so BratOK not winning a war of attrition in game 1, but able to win a quick one in game 2, and he executed that beautifully, man.
Well, yeah, both players going for a very similar build, trying to get those Blue Flame Hellions in there. devastated each other's mineral lines. And then to follow it up, Style Life went for the cloak. BratOK went the safer route. He got an engineering bay, a few turrets, got a Viking out, and he was actually able to salvage quite a few more SCVs due to good micro and good unit placement to deal with those Blue Flame Hellions. So either way, BratOK takes the game, and we are tied at 1-1 here. So we will be back at you guys with the rubber match, Game 3 of this series, coming right up.